Welcome to Fyen Bedtime Stories with Aunty Anna. Today we will be reading The Royal Adventures of Princess Halima and the Kingdom of Affia, written by Fyen. Inside we have a note that reads, "To Halima Ba, our very own princess." The Kingdom of Affia was a kingdom that was known to many people around the world. Affia boasted about its rich valleys that bore flowers with the sweetest scents. The river Mali ran through the valley and had sparkling water that reflected the sky. The city was alive with music that blared through the crowded streets. Market sold only the finest silks, the freshest fruits, and glittering jewels encased in gold. King's Omar Palace stood atop the highest hill where he, his wife, and his daughter lived. In an extravagant room in the palace, the Princess of Affia lay sleeping. In the highest tower in the east wing was a room. This room belonged to the princess who dreamed of the valley. The valley was between the Kingdom of Affia and the Kingdom of Sahelia. She could hear the waterfalls roar and see the mist rise. Birds chirped throughout the land, and blooming flowers created a sea of color and nature's sweet perfume. The place was immaculate. She lay on soft grass while she stared up at the sky, watched the clouds, and let her thoughts wander. Here we have Princess Halima's bedroom. "Wake up!" Hawa shook the sleeping princess. "Halima, wake up!" Refusing to awaken, Princess Halima turned over and tried to hold on to her dream. Hawa opened the curtains and the balcony doors to allow sunlight and a fresh breeze to enter the room. Halima still did not stir. "Fine, I guess we won't be going to the valley today." At these words, Princess Halima sat bolt upright. I'm up, she said while stretching. Halima climbed out of bed and walked onto the balcony where she had an amazing view of the valley and the nearby Kingdom of Sahelia. "Hawa, you know I'm not allowed to go to the valley. Why did you mention going there today?" Hawa smiled excitedly and began, "Well, our only problem is Ali. He's always with us. And of course, there's no way we could just sneak off and go to the valley." Yeah, I know. What's the plan? How are we going to do this?" "Well, we stop at Ishmael's and we sit down for fruits. We're going to give a mango containing a sleeping potion to Ali, and he will fall asleep. Then we will go." Halima grabbed Hawa and tightly hugged her. "You're a genius. It's perfect. We can go to the market today and tell Ishmael all about it." Hawa smiled at the princess and said, "Hurry and shower. The king and queen are waiting for you for breakfast," Hawa said as she followed Halima into the bedroom. Halima started her bath while Hawa laid out her clothes. She chose diamond earrings and put one against her own ear. "Halima, these are beautiful," she called out. "Then wear them," Halima said while slipping into her dress. "Halima, I could never," Hawa remarked as she put down both of the earrings. "I'll see you when you come downstairs. I have to go and help in the kitchen." "Okay," Halima said while putting on the earrings. Here we have Princess Halima and her best friend Hawa. Halima arrived at breakfast and made her way along the long dining table. As she passed, servants bowed and said their greetings, which echoed against the walls and the high ceilings. The parents sat at the very end of the table. They were beginning their meal. "Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Baba," Halima said as she kissed each on the cheek. A servant pulled out her seat for her, and she nodded her thanks as she sat. "Did you sleep well?" Queen Mariam asked. "Yes, very well," Halima replied as she smiled. "Good. By the way, we won't be doing portraits today. Something came up in town." Queen Mariam was a kind woman. She was strong and very involved in her role as queen. The people loved her and her efficiency. She never let them down. "Oh, shame," Halima said while trying to sound disappointed. This meant that she and Hawa could spend a whole day in town. "Well, may I go to town, please?" she asked while batting her big brown eyes. Her father chuckled. "Oh, batting those big brown eyes at me will not get you a yes." Halima frowned and stared down into her couscous. Queen Mariam exchanged looks with her husband, and she said, "You may go, but you have to stay close to Ali. Don't wander off and be back before dark." "Thank you, Baba." Halima jumped up and ran to kiss him. She said goodbye and left her half-eaten couscous on the table. The princess met Hawa in the courtyard. "Good morning, Ali. How are you?" Halima smiled cheerfully. The horse pulled the carriage down the winding road. "Good morning, princess." "Thank you. I'm fine. How are you?" he asked from the front of the carriage as he pulled the reins. "Please, Ali, do not call me princess. I'm very fine, thank you. Please take us to Ishmael's fruit stand in the town center." Here we have Princess Halima having breakfast with her mom and her dad. You can read the rest of the book when you order on Amazon.com. Thank you for listening and good night.